Okay, let's do a unbox that I never did for my favorite earphones that you can buy in the world, which is the CANPUR cp622b. Before I continue, I avoided the internet, and I'm not even really on it right now just to check my mail because I'm scared if my team won the championship today. So I'm going to find out on the camera whether or not we won. Hey Google, who are the 2024 NBA champions?
Today, the Mavericks lost to the Celtics 106-88. Last Saturday, the Celtics lost to the Mavericks 122-84. Last Thursday, the Celtics beat the Mavericks 106-99.
I thought they were going to wilt under the pressure of the home team. Jason Tatum just doesn't. If you're a Celtics fan out there, I'm going to go watch the highlights now. I was too scared. Now, back to the CANPUR cp622b, a set that I think is the best you can buy. I want to remind everybody very quickly that the first time I did a review for this set, or an opinion for the universal version, I didn't even mention bass because I thought it was what it should be for its price range. But I didn't talk about it really. I put up graphics and all kinds of stuff. And it was after I got my boombox files that I used different music. Like of whatever quality, whereas everything that you're looking at right now that I listen to off of this PC and off of the hard drives that are attached to it are all lossless files. Every single one of them, there's no loss files, because why would you do that if you can get something in a lossless file? But I moved some lossy files because that's what all I could get, rips of some 90s hip hop stuff, and I moved it onto a player. I believe it was the Hibby, and listened to a couple things, and there was a drop on a track called Raw, and it vibrated, and I went down a rabbit hole that I bought a piece of equipment that engineers use to measure multi-million-dollar equipment to see if it's giving any indication of its age or potential issues, like measuring the blood pressure of a human being, of course, is measuring the blood pressure, but the results can indicate a whole plethora of other things and make people dig deeper. That's what this does. It lets engineers know whether or not to tell their bosses they better start looking for replacement equipment. It's a very important thing. It's a very simple thing. And upon measuring the cp622b with raw and that hit versus other stuff in my collection, also metal versus resin, it was clear that the 622b is in fact a very special set. You will only find out and discover it if you listen to a particular type of music. Otherwise, you'll just be evaluating it on its regular merits, everything else. It is a unique set. It's so unique that this set that I'm showing you today was partially purchased because I wanted to see the internals of it. I've already I won't get into that, but in this process I was trying to do that. So I speak to a person named Joseph Mao, and he's at Landstar, and he is the, I believe, distributor for CANPUR SEA, Southeast Asia. And the responses were quick, they were professional. I had to speak with them on the telephone a couple times. Everything went smooth. It took a little bit longer than originally estimated because of cable sourcing or availability, but the set itself was done quickly. I want to point out a couple things. When you buy the set, my original intention was to get the transparent shell. Because I wanted to see the inside, because the positioning of the drivers is related to why the mids and the mid bass are combining to create an effect that I thought was maybe unintentional. But when I said, can I get clear shells, because this is CANPUR's own literature right here for all of their stuff, I was told that particular set, the cp622b, is not available in clear shells, which means that my original dream was dead. But I didn't complain about it because I can get it. But I thought, yeah, they kind of know what they're doing. So I ended up going with the black shell, and then you've got all kinds of options that you can get. You can get custom, example of chromatic, you can get custom logos for $45. It's not ridiculous in its pricing at all. I ended up getting LS01 and LS02, so let me go ahead and show you that. It comes in a case that's just like the regular 622B. You open that up, and then you've got the case on the side, which is just like what you get with the other CANPURs, and then on this side you've got the IEMs themselves. and this is what they look like. It comes with a Elitech cable that I gotta say I think is okay for the flagship, the 622B. I'm wondering if maybe a slightly better cable might be, because as you can see, it's not the easiest to, it's not the most beautiful cable, but it is Elitech and they do make good cables, and I think a lot of people that buy something like this are maybe going to cable roll, which is what I do and what I did. You can see the right, the gold, and the left in silver, which looks like this. I think they actually came out dope. They actually put this set on their Facebook page, I believe, or it's just coincidence. So you can see what it looks like. You can take a look at the top down. One of the questions that I got before I continue, there's a cable that I always wanted, but I couldn't find it because it's a Breeze Audio, but this is a 2018, and I think I'm more of a fan of the older from this company than the newer, but I won't go really beyond that. This was the cable that I wanted. It's an 8, so it's kind of thick on the bottom. It's really like a Anaconda, but this is the cable that I always wanted for my Premiere set, and when this video is done, I'm going to return this to here because this is the cable that I use to listen to the custom CP622b. The sound is exceptional. The fit is obviously, because it's a CIEM, amazing. One of the things, and I keeping it real, which is really what I became popular for doing to my own detriment at times. The question is, does the bass on this, which is a phenomena, occur with the custom version in the same way that it happens with the universal? Because, so there's two reasons that I bought this. One is I wanted to see the inside. I will pay a lot of money to do that, looking at it clearly without having to take it apart or anything like that. The second was, does the deeper fit make it impact even harder? And I would say that this is probably about the same as the universal, which is fine. But if you are going to get a CIEM with the hopes that you're increasing the surface area so you're going to get more of that tactile feedback, I'd say that I'm not really detecting more. So if you got the regular version and you're thinking, I want to get the custom because of bass, I would say that I'm not able to say to you clearly with my library that some tracks exhibit more sensation than they do on the regular version. And I'm sure that that has to do with the placement of the drivers, which are going to be different in the CIEM versus the universal, because they're literally adjusting to my ear anatomy. So positioning is going to be slightly different. You can still see this bulge that is on the original one. As I'm doing this video, I'm thinking I should have grabbed the other ones. I'll just keep going. So if you want to have a better fit, secure fit, of course the CIEM. Are you losing anything? No. Are you gaining more bass? Not that I can really. You're still getting the vibe that's unique in the hobby to a BA bass set, but not so much that I think it's the reason to go grab a set. But do I recommend the CIEM? I actually do, if you think that this is one of the best sets that you've ever heard in your life. I really think, and I want to say this one more time, I think that there are levels, and very rarely do new levels become reached in this hobby. And I think that this set, the 622B, is on a completely different level from all of its peers. It doesn't matter what the price range is, it doesn't matter what the people say and all the hype, because there's a lot of sets that have a lot of communities of, I won't be negative here, but they want to see their team win, and I'm fine with that. That's the way the hobby works. But just talking about all BS aside, all simping aside, all man gotta eat, take care of my friends, etc., etc. If I were to recommend one set to somebody who could afford it and say, I listen to rock, I listen to vocal-centric stuff, I listen to hip-hop, I would say that the 622B is the best set that you can buy. And I don't really think it's close. So that's the 622B. Very nice. This is an unboxing and I've already gone way over. Congrats Celtics, yay. And I'm out.